People often confuse empathy and conscience. They are not the same thing. They're absolutely not the same thing, although one can lead to the other. Conscience has little to do with empathy. Conscience is inwardly directed. Conscience is about internal processes. Empathy is directed at other people. In the absence of other people, there's no empathy. But in the absence of other people, you could have a conscience. Having a conscience is motivational, because having a conscience involves guilt, remorse, reasoning, moral judgment, and conscience is actionable. It leads you to act. Act in order to mitigate these feelings of guilt and remorse, which are very dissonant. So having a conscience is a way to reduce anxiety. Having a conscience leads you to actions which are anxiolytic, whereas empathy is not motivational. It doesn't often lead to action, rarely actually. Empathy is observational. You observe other people, and then you put yourself in other people's shoes. You empathize with their alleged, ostensible emotions and cognitions by deciphering and decoding, for example, their facial expressions, their body language. So empathy is about observing other people and then somehow recreating their state of mind within your own mind. This facilitates the ability to interact socially with other people. It creates a bridge. This bridge is known as the intersubjective space. Conscience has nothing to do with any of this. You could have a conscience without empathizing. Conscience is about what's right and what's wrong, what you should and ought to have done and what you haven't, whether you should feel guilty and remorseful and regretful, whether you shouldn't. Reasoning and moral judgment are involved. Conscience, therefore, is an introjected societal parental construct. It's a set of rules and regulations and instructions and expectations and demands which help you to conform to society, to become socially acceptable, to sublimate unacceptable urges and drives. And this is conscience. Empathy, on the other hand, is neurobiological. It's hereditary. It's an inexorable unfolding of psychobiological processes. People become empathic in an early age, actually. They're born with reflexive empathy, and then they develop cognitive empathy and then emotional empathy. Whereas having a conscience crucially depends on your exposure to the right parents, the right upbringing, the right environment. If you were born into a criminal family of criminals, you're very unlikely to develop a conscience. You're likely to become a psychopath. So these are the major differences between conscience and empathy. Yes, you could have a conscience and not have empathy. Actually, several studies have demonstrated that narcissists are capable of having a conscience, and yet they're highly disempathic, they're lacking, they don't have emotional or affective empathy. Similarly, you could have empathy, but not a conscience. You could definitely identify with other people, understand them fully, put yourself in their shoes, grasp, realize their state of mind, and not have a conscience at all. Not be motivated to act in the right way. Psychopaths, for example, have a heightened level of empathy. They're empaths. And at the same time, they don't possess a conscience.